Alright, so just a quick P1 video here. So just want to go over the details I got on each of my team. So Raid, I don't really have awesome stats on any of these. So don't have great mods on them, but 249 for her. Let's see. So I do like to have the potency on him here. So I do have potency set, and I think a potency primary. Yeah, so on the cross. But he's got 264, 53 potency. But again, with that call to action, it gives him more than that, so we need to make sure he's landing those debuffs. Okay, so... And if you don't want to need to look at this, you can just skip over it. 275 for BB-8. Finn, I mainly stacked with crit damage and crit chance. It does have a speed primary for the arrow. With people like Resistance Trooper, you want to have an offense primary on that. But basically, little speed as possible. But yep, mainly crit chance, crit damage on that. Alright, 3PO also potency, so we can land his debuffs. I don't have him on that, but potency set for sure, so 233 on him. Alright, so we'll dive in. Okay, so first we're going to hit up B2. Don't want him gaining any turn meter at all. And I want to get Rey with her 3 translation stacks, so that way she can keep getting that cooldown reduction, because hers are the main ones we want to go with. Now with Finn, again, we only want to use, hold the line. Don't want to get any extra damage. We want it mainly to come from CLS. He's use the Force there to get potency, and then he's got 2 stacks with either use the Force. Sorry, call to action first, then use the Force. He's got 2 stacks. So BB-8's naturally going to easily come up with that. Now she has been getting reduction from 3PO already, so she can already do another mind trick over there. Didn't have the daze, so he's going to get some... He might get taunt. But anyway, call 3PO for that. Good there. Now he's... Okay, he didn't have speed down already, so this is going to kind of be a pain. But either way, we're going to... Let's see. Let's give CLS 3 stacks of translation. Alright. And now that Grievous is exposed, any specials are going to reduce his turn meter, so I can just land a stun on him. Mind trick her. Him, rather. Sorry. Mind trick with her. Always calling 3PO. So now CLS getting his cooldowns reduced, as well as Rey, and with BB-8, so we're going to be having a nice Eliminator Destiny soon. Okay. Cool, another reduction. So again, clear all those debuffs, make sure nobody's getting that damage over time. And we're just going to keep mass assisting him. Didn't mind trick the other guy, so we're going to do that now. If he doesn't die. Okay, cool. So, mind trick. Good. And let's make sure BB-8's still... Okay. Another cleanse. Alright. Keep calling 3PO. Of course. Alright. Again, see if you time it right, if you got a right string of attacks, BB-8 or Rey are going to be able to take a turn. That's getting his turn meter down a little bit. Since 3PO is reducing the cooldowns, she can keep using Mind Trick there. Call 3PO again. Just cleanse. Right away into another Eliminator Destiny. Now, the other Magna Guard still does not have daze on him. This one you have no choice, you got to use it, because his special may very well end up killing B2 if you were to focus on him. So we just want to make sure we're Keeping everybody dazed. Only other... Okay, perfect. Here we go. Alright. I'm going to just reduce it on him here because I don't want him... There we go. So he's dazed. He's still not dazed. Damn it. Alright. You have to do one more mind trick on that right Magna Guard there, but basically just keep doing that mass assist. Yeah, that Magna Guard gained full TM there, so probably gonna have to kill him off. Okay, never mind. Alright. Cool, I've already mind tricked, so nobody is gonna be gaining taunt at all. We're just down to Grievous at this point. This part might get a little boring, so if you want to skip ahead, it's cool. Always cleansing. Alright. Yeah, you have no choice but to use a special. That's cool. It's still a special which reduces BB-8's cooldown for Illuminated Destiny. But since this Hold the Line is also a special, that's still going to get that cooldown. Like all these DOTs stacking up 5 on everybody, I mean that's really going to hurt after a while. So we definitely want to do the cleansing rather than attacking. So boom, we're good. And then if anybody's debuffed while they're using a special, one of Ray's leadership benefits is that if you're not debuffed when you use a special, you reduce all your cooldowns by 1. So we definitely want to have a lot of that cooldown going on, so that way BB-8 gets his Destiny off, Ray's getting her specials off. She just chains them, really. Because if she's debuffed, she just uses ones after the other. You barely have to do any basics with her. Now here I'm just going to make sure I have that use of force available because he's high and... Oh, didn't even work. So at this point, this is one of my worst runs, which is good because it helps for figuring out what to do. So if we can get some kind of... Okay, that's not going to help either. So now he's down to 3 before Enrage, which of course is never fun. So at this point, what I'm actually going to do takes a bit because, you know, having less people attack is always longer, but in this case I'm just going to keep using the basic from 3PO to reduce cooldowns, and we're just going to go with use of force and then raise special right now. And it's slow, but again, you know, CLS is going to take down over 1% with his use of force, so that's a whole percent right there. Ray's going to get a good amount, but she's going to keep chaining her mind trick and her special calling 3PO. So she'll never be out of specials. That's a great thing. And 3PO keeps reducing that turn meter with his basics, so we're still in good shape there. Didn't work, but Ray still got her mind trick. Good stuff. The reason I want to start just doing these 2 attacks when he's at 4 is because, as you know, CLS does not always remove that 100% turn meter. So at this point, it should get a little bit slower. If you want to skip ahead, that's cool. But definitely just want to at least highlight the turn order and what we're doing here. So we don't want to get any kind of enrage timer up here. And right when I started doing just the 2, it was up at 46%, so it's not terribly slow doing this. I mean, CLS is going to keep getting back to his special every time, and that gets that 100, gets that 1% of damage, so it's still not a slow way to do it. It's just a safe way to do it. Oops. And one thing I like to do under 10% is, I know he's got Illuminated Destiny available right now, but I would just hold off on it so that way it's ready to go right at the beginning of phase 2, because that'll really help with clearing out those turrets the first time, and then just starting up Finn on his special there. So almost to the end, 7.5% left, so looking good still. Like I said, it's gone a little bit slower, but what I've actually noticed is if you look at the damage that you do from Oh My Goodness assists, it's not too much more than like 1.5%, 2%, and that's what Ray and CLS are doing just on their own. Like right now, that's it was a little bit less because he didn't have Eliminated Destiny. But usually you get a 1% on that. She gets like good 0.6%, so it still drops quickly. It's just that it's a little more effort you got to put in there.
What's up? You made it, man. Congratulations. How you doing? Are you? Sorry, maybe I'm getting mixed up with somebody else. You're not. Are you Jessica's fiance?
No.
No. Sorry, you look so much like this dude. and he's been trying to apply at T-Mobile. Sorry.
Alright, just about finished. Still not using Eliminator Destiny. But once we hop in phase 2, it'll be a lot quicker. Alright, this should be the last hit on him. Alright, easy. Alright, so now, since we're going to be clearing this quick, I just start rolling on his thing there, because he has to hit each target like 10 times before it's maxed. But let's just clear out these guys. Again, we're going to get Ray ramped up first. There we go on that guy. Now she can give speed down. There we go. So, just kind of helps. It's not really entirely necessary. But let's just keep getting... Okay, so she's maxed, we're looking good, and should have topple here in just a second. And whatever. Okay. At this point, go ahead and pop it on auto. Now, one thing about auto here, if you see that little target, I don't know if you're aware of it, but you can just tap that to clear it off. So it's just going to decide its own priorities. Usually it will go for the additional turrets on the sides instead of attacking the main ones, so that way you can mainly just auto it. But I always like to babysit a little bit so you can actually change targets once it's back up, and then just make sure the turrets are down and get back to focusing on the main tank. Do the same thing for phase 4, because you don't want the B2s getting that turn meter, clearing out your buffs, and then you're back to square one. Phase 3, though, with the Super Rocket Trooper, or whatever it is, you can keep it focused directly on him, as long as all the ads are exposed, because you'll be still using all your special abilities, but as long as they're exposed, they'll keep losing turn meter. So when you get close to the end in phase 2 here, I do like to also just kind of play it manually for a second to make sure that if BB-8's close to an Eliminator Destiny, he doesn't just waste it right there at the end when the tank's got like 0.5% left. So we just save it and get it ready for the next round. But I'm going to just keep this going until we get back from topple, so we know just how to manage it from there. But it's mainly auto from here out, because Finn's going to be doing his thing already. We're up to that for 100,000 on it, which is awesome. 185 is perfect. Right about where he maxes out with my stats. I don't really have him beefed up very much, but 180 will get you a really easy clear within like 5 turns left. So at this point, like I said, it's not being focused on there, but you can even just focus it right while it's going. So I have it on the right turret. As soon as you basically know that it's going to be done right there, just switch right over. Even if you don't get it right away, oh well, switch back to it. Good. So last one here. And then once you get back to topple, then you want to take that focus off in case you just let it run too far and it gets, you start focusing on center because it's targeting that. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and end it here and have fun. Should be able to solo no problem.